As we are once again alive upon the internet. Yeah. Let me double check that we are set to public there with a bitrate and a bitrate there, bitrate everywhere, even audio. Yay! Let's actually jump on this gal for a second. What's actually in the background? Let me go and find a window to put a build collection into. Let's see if it goes there. It goes. Just briefly want to double check that I've done the send this week. Okay. just to check. It's important to check. Because yeah, let's go to character number 2. And yeah, we're gonna spend a little time here. First off, fixing up my hair. Saw it come up there. Yeah. There we go. This one. Newer headphones, so yeah, it's taking some time to kind of just stretch out and not completely butcher my head. Anyway, we're gonna have a peek through some of the stuff available here. Also, just briefly, I want to check something in my stash. Because I don't have either of these VIA pieces yet, right? Or do I have... Oh no, I have the backpack. Okay, I have the backpack. I just need a chest for that other one. So at some point we'll give that an alteration. So, oh yeah, I totally forgot about this thing. As I prepped this last time we were together. Oh yeah, of course. No, this one was like, wait, why don't I just use the chest and backpack from the that wouldn't work? This crit chance, crit damage, of course. And hey there, hey there, Voorhees. Well, for somebody who hates caps, you sure used a lot of them. But yeah, no, you hate the caps lucky. Yeah, been there, done that a billion times. Yeah, let's go in here. So earlier today we updated the recommended list, although minorly, just tiny things changed there. We resorted some stuff. We added in 2 builds, which are the Headhunter tech tanks. We did a bunch of stuff to fix up a lot of builds, and we're going to continue that on now with account number 2. As I'm basically adding names to any named item. I'm just adding the names on top. As well, most you know, long-time players and stuff. If you're looking at an Walker and Hatter's chest, and it has a you know, Headhunter on it, you go like, oh, that is a chain killer, but that is of course not. That is, of course, we can't expect that off of everybody. Sadly, education, they don't teach division in high school. They should. Instead, yeah, I'm gonna just on all of these, anything that's named, we're just gonna add some names onto it. Anything that we can help clear up for people what it exactly is. Just minor things, but they'll help. Because something like an SR1 or something, people like will see the weapon and go like, okay, I'll go get the same looking weapon. Although at some point in a future past, what I would want to do is actually put a bunch of names here instead of the weapon, just putting like but we're kind of doing that already as well with in the bottom right as different weapons and stuff quite often. Yeah, that was this one. That was a hot shot. So here we get an Elmo. And that's just stuff that takes a while. So I'm also kind of doing it on stream. I know myself, if I didn't like do this on stream, I would just go, I would do like 5 of them and then go like, eh. Let's go do something else, and then it would be left for future IKEA, and future IKEA would go like, you know what? I don't want to either. I would just be left there. So when I do it on stream, at least, you know, we can hang out, we can talk a little, and people will kind of keep me honest if I want to quit halfway. They'll go, no, just finish it. You're almost there anyway. I did something weird there. TDI card custom. Something I would want to do here as well is maybe just put the picture of a lefty. Let's do that. Especially now, as we're gonna have you know, the ammo issue is gonna be likely forever. So they have gone out of their way to clarify that yeah, that is a fix for a different issue. A very inelegant fix causing, you know, its own issues. Yeah, that's fine. Press escape to go back to the other to the next one. Anyway, I'll just get through all of them. Switch out to cheating teacher. Yeah. You know, yeah, as Seville says there, yeah, the Div 2 teacher at this point, basically. Class is in session. You're master in Div 2. I mean, if somebody wants to hand those out, I don't think they'll accept them anywhere. But there's usually the thing of, if you practice a thing 10,000 hours, you have some form of mastery in it. And yeah. I'm like, I could have learned to, I don't know, play the piano or something. Instead, I learned to Division, which, you know, overall, I'm enjoying Division likely more than playing the piano. It's going to open this one because we have the same tree set here, which is Gift Fox Coyote, or Gift Contractors Coyote, Fox. That's the words. Sacrifice there. Yeah. You know what? We'll keep this one open, just in case we need any of those. So 0304. It's gonna have a BTSU and the lefty. And these kinds of things are just small improvements over time. That's what makes the build collection work. It's just also, that's kind of the reason it's so like big and stuff is just not built in a day in the same way as Rome. It's just hours upon hours over many a time. But I'm happy with it because it helps people out. It helps me out as well. It's definitely a tool for myself as well if I want to just go like, hey, make this build, or even like, hey, how did I make this build? I usually remember, of course, but still, you sometimes want to just go double check, and again, do that without actually going into the character or anything like that. Yeah, Fire Eclipse. Actually, I'm gonna grab this setup because that's the backpack on this one as well. And this one isn't definitely an just standard setup for Eclipse. I would much more recommend a standard Eclipse with the backpack, but of the backpack from Eclipse. But as a variation, because that's one of the reasons that, for instance, sometimes build like this exists. I like every character of mine having an Eclipse build, but I don't want duplicates. Like full duplicates are kind of something that I avoid. So this isn't a duplicate, but then I have a backpack and a glove at the ready to swap. Hey, thanks for the kind words. Yes, master. Only a master of the dark side, yeah. The new shotgun overlord, I believe it is named. Yep, you're correct in its naming. It is not very useful in PvE. Full stop. I was gonna go like, yeah, but maybe nah. It's just maybe some people will find some like very niche things with it, but for now, if we want to slow something down, the Scorpio, instead of a little bit of speed reduction, the Scorpio gives you the ability to disorient an enemy, and even an elite or someone like that will get staggered by that. That is 100% reduction. A lot of this season, including actually the reward track and stuff, feels a little filler. And likely it actually is, and it actually is because of that they're, putting time in towards getting the DLC ready and Season 2.0 ready. Because for instance as well, we don't have emotes on the season or the season premium track, or we don't barely have any there's only a few weapon skins and stuff where we had much more than those. The apparel event is very simple. It all kind of feels like a filler season, and so do the 2 exotics and the brand sets and the gear set. Although the brand set at least has had really good uses for it, so at least that's good. The gear set again as well, kind of mediocre, lacklusterish. Although as well, not bad. That's the thing. Like a lot of people are going, it's bad. It's bad in comparison to the top end. But by itself is enough for heroic and stuff. It's actually an enjoyable change of pace to kind of mess about with. But I've been taking to the Headhunter tech tanks, which, for instance, without Svea would not exist. Like we needed one more good bonus for rifles, and we got like a really good one. Yeah, we got one that was exceptional with 20 rifle damage. Yeah, that's a lot on a 2-piece. Today that Emily said is most of the rifles are soundless, so it's most of the LMGs and most of the rifles, maybe even all of the SMG or most of the LMGs or maybe even all of the LMGs and all of the rifles. I haven't tried each and every one. Nemesis is soundless as well, and a few others. There's a few other exotics that people were talking about. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but and a bunch of the specializations pistols as well. So likely they were doing something to their audio database or such, and it just broke everything. And hopefully they can fix that, and hopefully I'm not gonna guess that they're gonna have a patch ready on Monday. They usually don't want to do that because that meant making people work on the weekends. But they usually don't want to do that. It's just expensive. Yeah. So hopefully they'll get back to work, and I'm gonna have a patch ready Tuesday. Because as well, there are two bigger issues that they kind of also need to take care of. One being the crafting bug, one being brazen. And they really kind of need to take those out quickly. Or, well, fix them. Oh yeah, one thing I was thinking, yeah, because we don't actually have, let's have a note to recommend it. The Oxy build isn't in the recommended, is it? Also, everything's capitalized except this way. Okay, then. Now this annoys me. That's not capitalized, and this isn't capitalized. Just gonna fix these up. Yeah. Great! It's made of fleet. It just bothered me. I hadn't noticed that before, and I'm surprised that I haven't. Oxy isn't in here, right? No. Does it have explosive builds in here? Should I put Oxy in? Yeah, maybe past this. Yeah. So put it there. Now take one of these as the template. Just do it. No idea why that works that way. Yeah, let's actually get this one in here. Because Oxy situationally can do stuff that nothing else can. So, Oxy Dizer. Is that how you spell that? No idea. Oxidizer. It's with a Z. That's an X. Oxidizer. Build. For great have a area damage. Situationally very powerful. That situationally very powerful. End of sentence. Maybe say hi. I should not say that. So hi and Oxy Dizer. Yeah, let's do. The oxymoron. Well, that's still the right name for it. And Heather Tennyson. As I getting a little bit late to it, but yeah, let's go back here. It's weird having a category with just one build. But also, yeah, this one has kind of the options in there. Right, actually it does. Right? Yeah. Costa Chatterbox. But actually, there's a newer setup that I've seen for this. You can actually look it up because I know Rossi was running it. Which is to add Murakami. Because you keep the same amount of damage, you lose some, you know, stuff like haste because of the skill efficiency, but you also gain duration. So and duration is like Oxy is the one place duration kind of makes sense. As overall as well, this is very situational, but in the right situations, it is nothing cannot do it. Yeah. Let's go on to the next one. Let's leave the recommended build list there. Actually, I'll close it up. TO8, Hazard Protected Eclipse, Career BTSU. I should go to this, just steal these two. No. Yeah. Let's make sure that everything does have names. I'm going directive, and this is the first memento we're seeing, so. Spirit. Memento. Sacrifice capacitor. Sacrifice. Capacitor Hornet, actually. Where is. That doesn't have a Hornet. Keep forgetting always Harmony. Hornet is a skin I use on it, usually. But that has just become the go-to name for it as well, for me. I know. So even still have a Harmony, even? Yeah, you would. This negotiator one is still pretty good. That was it, right? It is. Oh, that's not the right one. 10. Actually, we're making good pace here. Might actually do character 3 as well, real quick, just to get as many of them done as we can. Being our kind of seasonal pass through the builds collection. I'm doing as well. I'm kind of looking like, do I want to change anything? Do I want to? Yeah. Show stuff. Ooh. Oh, that's sorry for the yawning. It was a long day in the end. I ended up doing a bunch of work stuff in between as well in my break. And also, I kind of had a big meal, and I'm like, now, like, on my after dinner dip, But once we go out and start murder some stuff in video games, I'll wake up. So that's, we have a TDI card custom. Made that way too large. Coyote. It's all of those. On to the next. 212. First time we're gonna see backfire. Also, the last time we're gonna see back. Let's go get that. Rock and roll.
If you notice suspicious activity, report it to the nearest JTF member immediately. Do not intervene or risk causing potential harm to yourself.
Is the R there? No, let's make that a little cleaner. That doesn't sit right. And the rest of it is fine. Let me get you up here as well. Do you know if Heartbreaker headshot pulse proc spotter amp on first headshot or only on second? No, it's it triggers like the shot that is hitting the head is already bonus. Usually with a lot of these and like those, like the effects hits first and then the damage hits. So same for instance for the backpack with Eclipse, it isn't like the first stick is already bonused. For your mind to well, and hey, there's Sleepy Time. Yeah. That if you caught me yawning there, but yeah, I could use it actually, but I'll be good once we get going. If I then lose the sex equilibrium I'm using, yeah, it's definitely one of those weapons. If it could, it's like one rework away from being good. It's the same like ongoing. Ongoing was unused for quite a while, and now it's, especially with this season being the low ammo one, I feel, although of course that's kind of also my bubble, being in the bubble that I am. With you know, mostly competent players. I mean, and we generally want to be on 5 directives and stuff. It's popping up a lot. But even outside of that, like beforehand, and yeah, it was just one rework. Like that was one of their, I feel, better done reworks ever. And yeah, the thing, like what I would want out of it is maybe if it went, even if it just went to 100 stacks, but then had a decay effect, and then just for 100 stacks, maybe from 100 stacks, it could get. Well, I mean, they would have to test it, but or like BTS it or ETF it, but likely out of 100 stacks getting 130 or something. So you could much more consistently get there as well, because 200 stacks is just like strikers even. It's like I don't like running chest strikers if I'm not running an ACS to stack it. And yeah, when you're running the backfire, you have to stack with that. Like, but yeah, if it was like 100 stack for 130 crit damage, and as well like had a decay system. The decay system is actually more important to it, but so that you didn't lose everything all at once and you could kind of carry it over. That'd be cool. And they still might. I mean, they have actually. Diamondback, I feel, has had a resurgence now from me as well, kind of, or for me as well, since it for instance, in this build, since it got its rework, which was this season, so very recent. Few more rounds, a better working talent, a more consistent talent. That's all you need. Yeah, Jim and the rest. Yeah, although, well, if you have an Elmo, if you have an Oreo, which you likely will have if you're like love birds bossing it, it's gonna, yeah. Because that's the downside of the backfire as well. In that class is just there is another big boy that is the Oreo, and even at full stacks with a build made for it, you're just barely ahead. Now, of course, actually in that one you can maybe have an overcharged booster, giving you. Oh, actually, now with the healing as well, you maybe can get it more consistently. But still, you need to stack up to 200 with it, or over 100 at the very least to kind of reach Oreo status. And hey, Pomic. On improving my regular specimen mechanical. Yep. I've been also kind of weaning off of Determined a little bit here and there, just or trying to. Kind of came back to it because of this build. Actually, we have it up on the screen. Did we do all the other things? Yeah. But yeah, I was already kind of running hot shots without Determined. Preservation instead, generally. Or Ranger. Preservation overall, because most of them are set up that like they did the work with Determined anyway, so I might as well just heal myself. Yeah. So the improvised pieces, let's go with both of those names. Gonna handle improvised pieces in the same way as if they're named. A lot of people don't know what those are. Even once you tell them it's improvised, they still don't often know what it is. Hopefully they can Google. If you Google improvised pieces, I'm gonna hope it will work. And yeah, Oreo rock and roll, TDI card custom. Actually, did I? No, I didn't do TDI. Let's do it in boats. Oreo. Oreo. So I'm gonna change that Elmo one at the bottom. Do we have a Elmo somewhere here?
Please remember to maintain a high standard of personal hygiene and cleanliness. Thank you for your cooperation.
No. It's weird that is a selected weapon. Does this have an Elmo as an option? No. Yeah. As a comment, like this maybe? Nope. Guess we're making one then. That just stands out to be weird, I feel. Okay. Keep escaping out there, as if that will get me out of the build collection one. That's T15, so just T16. Actually, wait, did we do all of the things? Got kind of obsessed about that. Yeah. So that's T15 and T16, which could only have chill outs, appointment, Liberty. We still need to have Liberty. Should be the only one. Yeah, let me actually catch up on some of these. Oh, no, either Sean. What was that? From 20 to 25. So it's 20 from 10 to 20. So that was easy to remember. And then it's 29 from 20 to 25. And it's 36 from 20 to 36. 26. Basically, yeah, it's 29 to 25 and then plus 7. The last step is from 25 to 26 is 7. So yeah, from 20 to 29 is 20, or 20 to 25 is 29. Especially it's the handy to know the 10 to 20 is 20. So that one's easy, and then after that it becomes a little bit messy. Now, what is my go-to countdown build? Strikers. If I'm just wanting to get shit done, I'm just gonna grab a strikers. Especially on challenging, having even like 2 people running good striker setups is it's done already, basically. But usually if I choose other things because I enjoy playing other stuff. And that means, yeah, for instance, Redify, ongoing directive are all options. So minimize that. PFE is a very good option. Foam Eclipse, especially hazard protected Foam Eclipse, is a really good option. And actually, I'm gonna do the countdown guide at some point. Not too far away because the guide is basically done. It's just some busy work left to do for it. A little bit of a rewrite and just it's ready. And what I'm gonna do after that is actually talk about countdown builds and kind of the ones that I use a lot for countdown. But in the end, you need the bulk of the team to be striker. So if everybody's striker, you're good too. If I'm correctly to expertise, yeah, that's what I said there as well. 20 to 20. And then, yeah, 29 to 25. And then a further 7 to 26. So a total of, 36 from 20 to 26. And yeah, total of 49 for like 10 to, or well, 12 technically. 12 to 25 and 56 from 10 to 26. Making sure I say it all right. Because it's annoying that it's like 56, 36, and then 26. Yeah. Doesn't have the percentage for it. Sure. I'll keep in mind with the skills when you're inspecting someone, it shows your stats unless they have grading on them. So they might not have grading on them, but yeah, it's 75. Like you would have all your skills at 10. Why not? As this comic says, yeah. Yeah. But that also does mean actually the skills always show yours, right? Actually, thinking about it. I'm saying it wrong. Yeah, the skills always shows yours. No, gear pieces are the other person's. That one.
agent has joined your group.
Somebody joined. Likely they were on the wrong one. Let me catch up here. Yeah, actually, let me. I'll just join on me. Can I help you? Okay, that's it. Okay. Sorry, misclick. But yeah, that's fine.
You are no longer in a
We've all done that. I've joined groups accidentally. Like the thing just jumps around at the last second because somebody logged in or out, and you just join on the wrong person. Yeah, what's it gonna do? Yeah, let's put this back on here.
Those with previous
Actually, no, let's put the Vindicator back on here.
will be prioritized.
We'll come back to this weird setup. Let's actually go and do character number 3 then as well, while we're busy. Because we'll go do the same thing of just going through, having a look, and just adding the names of items across the board. Wait, can I? Does this work? It's gonna suck for the browser, maybe. No,
safe area entered.
can't open them all. Maybe can I? No. No. Oh well. I'll just start there. Let me catch up here as well. Let's see. Some movement. Do you believe it's worth it for someone to start Division 2 and try to get high-end and try and get high-end gear? The last part doesn't per se make sense, but if you mean starting in like nowish, yeah, definitely. The game's in a pretty good state, especially if you're coming in fresh. There is plenty of game to play and plenty of content. Because, well, the people that have been around were like, you know, we would like to see some fresh content. And there is some on the horizon. It's just still pretty far away. When you're new, everything is new. So it's, gearing up towards the end and such, that is pretty easy. This game isn't made for being hard to get one build good. That's everyone will get one build good easily. It's much more about than, you know, getting 50 builds good and trying out all the other things you can try out. And generally as well, it's on sale quite often. You can get it pretty cheap whenever it's on sale. On PC, for instance, it's basically on sale every weekend somewhere. Because there's a bunch of other stores that sell it. Not per se like key resellers or something, but yeah, just reputable stores. And you can buy them from there, and that will all be up on the up and up, basically. It's not people scamming with keys. Because yeah, it is. We can definitely say it's a pretty old game at this point. It is in its 6 years, in its 6th year, meaning that it is 5 years old. That's how that works, actually. As it keeps coming up, that yeah, people go like, oh, it's a 6-year-old game. It's in year 6. No, that's like when you're in year 6, you've just like 5 should start. At the end of year 6, you're, you know, because you start at 0. Yeah, exactly. Yep. I want to inspect someone else and invite them to your yeah, been there. It's worse when I've had it a few times when I wanted to mute someone, and mute and kick are next to each other. Especially like if I'm countdown leader, because you know we usually have, if we're going with a group of like us, that's usually we still fill up with, but sometimes people are talking or just have music on their mics and stuff, and just yeah, I've done it a few times where I accidentally just scroll and click, and then oops. I mean, it also solves the issue, but yeah, I didn't mean to. Wait, this one was done actually. I was talking and not paying attention. Yeah, because we also already had done those. Okay, so 3.03. Yeah, let's just go and get this one open, because we can take that one, and that one. Actually, that even line up well enough. Sacrificing gift there. Well, actually, we can do both of those from here as well. These bottom ones, 3.04 half healer. Set up Scorpio. Build style we just generally don't use anymore. These used to actually be pretty good at supporting sort of drone builds. Because you have an F5 version of this one as well, and then you have kind of this one, and then the F5 version, and one of them runs the Artificer, one of them runs a Healing Hive. Usually this one running the Healing Hive, because this actually heals harder than the F5 one. I wouldn't mind actually doing a legendary as that at some point, but we need to find 2 people that would have 3rd drones. Oh, and another person that has like a person willing to make one of the half healers. Wow, this is an old build picture. I feel we need to kind of. I mean, this is lightly stitched on there, right? Yeah, it is. The lefty. Because yeah, this is one of the things about the build collection that you can kind of use if you know this one simple trick. In the bottom right, that's also why I don't cover up the SHT with anything or something. That's the SHT level the base build picture was taken with. And then, like 23. That also means that this is, yeah. Peekaboo. Because electric didn't exist back then. Also, lefty didn't exist back then. So we've done some patch job, but also these attributes, like attributes aren't like this anymore, because you have the skill tier, then you have proficiency, and then you have the stats. So you don't have them in like one block anymore. I don't know what this still works. So. Let me catch up here. Dude, 27? Nah, likely later. Because we're halfway through 4. We're gonna be in 5. That would be like 2.5 years, basically. 2.5 to 3.5 years. Maybe at the end of it. But the expectation would also be that, I mean, they should just bring Division 3 out in March. Both Division 1 and 2 came out 21st of March. Or well, a little bit. Or I think like 19th of March, so they were ready for the 21st of March. But I would say closer to 4 years likely than 3. So you guys chill out. It's good. Yep, I know that problem. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, indeed, if they have a hot mic and then like, although usually I'm just muting them and just like it solves the issue. But yeah, I've done it once or twice accidentally. Yeah, this build picture is a lie. It's all patch shows because also this electric here, this electric is hiding Golan. No wait, and these. Um, mm, that had the worst ending of him. That was felt bad for meeting him. I can imagine, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Well, on PC, it's extra weird because on PC, you have to kind of set it. At least on consoles, you have the headsets and stuff, and like even the built-in mics on controllers and stuff. I don't know if the game can use that. I'm not sure. Not familiar with that system, but at least there, like most people, like actually on PC, it's still like not common that everybody will have comms. So open mic, just full open mic is just extra weird. Oh, zone. Iron Pipeman, perfect galvanized for countdown cannon. Yeah. And yeah, indeed. Having Vanguard and having actually, there's one of the PFEs that I really like running. Is like that. That's this one. This one is kind of the PFE that I like running in that setup. Somewhat similar. Although I think I took 2 blues off of this recently. But yeah. Chill Out, Point Man, another Gila piece, Bellstone with Galvanize, and then 2 improvised pieces. Enough, well, full hazard protection with Survivalists, or a full PFE, full 80% PFE. I like this a lot. Yeah. Definitely, this works too. In the downside of it is though to give up if multiple people are running it. Like multiple Vanguards don't stack and stuff anyway, but so usually I don't grab it quickly just because it's, there might be already one in the team. Yeah, definitely a good supporter indeed. Where were we? 305. Okay, so 306 then. Wait, what's 305 then? A Val. Why do I have so many builds? All. Say so. You just make 2 strikers and then that's all we need, yeah. Except I love having a lot of builds. Why are they Palcache's keys random generated? Why don't they just keep the items? Oh, you mean for the normal ones? Well, yeah, that's just loot box style. Most of the items that are in it, not all, but most of the items that are in it, you can also buy with textiles. So that's the textile system because that got added to the game as well. That wasn't in there, and that's at the start. The textile system helps a lot in helping getting some of it, but yeah, it's not all in there. I wish they just would. I wish they would just make it. To the point where you have all items buyable for it. X0. The build that also actually got this build kind of struggles now a lot more than it used to because of the changes to status effect, because this thing reapplies status effects a lot. So this end up, having shorter and shorter duration and suddenly no longer be even being set by fire, even though they're standing like on top of the turret. So I kind of wanted to revisit this. I have a few ideas for it, but honestly, as well, there's better shit to do. Scorpio. File. And a Costa backpack. So let me separate these a little. So and it looks awkward like that. There we go. Yeah. Move that for some reason. Yeah, I'll get you up to some more. It's 3 years, right? Yes. But from Div 1 to 2. Also keep in mind that the Div 2 that we really like consider the Div 2 didn't come up like till WONI. A lot changed after year 1. So they basically took 4 years. They might do the same with 3. Just put it out and then live service it from that point onward. But at the very least 3. Like 3 is close to the minimum. I think the turnaround time that I had on 2. If you look at the intro from 2, when you do the thing, the amount of studios credited is a lot. It's really a lot of studios. And yeah, I feel they just put manpower on it and just, which is the inverse issue that it now has. It has too little manpower. So Picaros, we have Nemesis. We have Scalpel. Which is the one in the bottom right. No TDI on this one. Just gonna line this up a little bit better. There we go. What is the best way to farm bounties? Overall, there are a few zones that are better for it than others. If you want to do a ton of bounties, well, that depends. But usually when you do bounties, you want to do it for the targeted. So you're more usually relegated to targeted. But if you have a good zone with a good targeted, there are several zones where it's easy to get them to usually spawn in the same space. So in Constitution Hall nowadays, you can, again, kind of make it spawn in this area, especially Black Tusk ones, I feel, go there more. I'm not sure about that. Also, actually, for instance, now in Downtown West, even without finagling, you can kind of actually make them quite often go there. Federal Triangle, most of the time they go here. So usually having them go in the same spot over and over again is nice because you can just warp away, put it down again. But yeah, you just go around and get public executions. And then there is like separate stuff that you can do if you have better setups. One is bounty cheesing. Actually, on my channel, if you want to go like in depth on that, there's a video on bounty cheesing. If you search for bounty, you'll find it. But yeah, that's like a little bit more complicated of a setup. What was that? Yeah. Well, the thing is, yeah, you can buy them, but yeah, nobody ever really does the normal apparel caches. But this game comes from the time of the loot crates. That was the loot crate craze back then. And yeah, that's why it's kind of randomized. Yeah, Scalpel indeed doesn't come up much. In this case, it kind of Like in this setup, it makes kind of sense, but yeah, you need to set it up differently than this. Because with the scalpel, you can drop a few more yellows, but you can go more with SR1. But yeah, overcharge is pretty good if you do it right. Let's go to 308. Sacrifice. Actually, you know what? This is going to be the exact same set as this. Both these builds are kind of set up in the same way. So let's just grab it from here, put it up here. Memento in the corner. That's that one. That's kind of good that we're going through them quickly. Although, well, quickly. Still eating up a bunch of damage. Yeah. It'll feel good when it's done. That's like, you know, it's like cleaning your house. You go like, you know, that was needed. We got that done. Same here. I've been meaning to do this to the build collection for a while, so. Red Future. So let's get the Elmo first. This can go actually. Feel that can go. It's clutter at that point. This comes from the season when Elmo was added. Still just. Like, make sure it's detox, guys. I feel at this point most people know the fact of just you put detox on the weapon, except if the weapon already has detox, which is element. This is actually a mechanical animal. It's the one place also that the mechanical animal actually makes sense. Just because it is 4 instead of 3. And yeah, we have technician, we have BTSU, so we need a further 4. If we were to want to why don't I have the skill tiers? That's an odd choice on my end. Yeah, let's add the skill tier number there. Or are they just cut off behind this or something? No. Yeah. Actually. Like that. No. So I should just load that build then. Where is it? Only I actually looked before I asked that question because it's literally that number tells it. Slot 10. That's how the build collection works. Yeah, dumbass. Something's off here. What happened here? Grade 10. Is it the game's thinking I'm holding the pistol? Just there we go. That's about the same. Actually, those are the grade 10 numbers. It's fine. Oh, took the build picture at exactly 16K. So a long time ago. Yeah, because both of them are tier 2, but just I should be like showing that. I mean, it's obvious that they're tier 2, but it's obvious to you and me, not per se to. Okay. 311. Let me catch up here as well. That build. Which one was that one? Most of them are pretty annoying to make, especially recording. Although, well, if I'm gonna guess it was the FI, because yeah, the FIs are also hard. Yeah. Although, well, yeah, all of these are kind of kind of bad ones because yeah, that's a bunch of very precise pieces. Same for recording 4 pieces of strikers, and same for red FI. Yeah, some builds. Oh, the yellow course. Actually, that one isn't. I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad. But actually, the FIs. I remember being stuck on a glove, although that wasn't on this. That wasn't that specific build, but it was on my second account. I was making a red FI there, and I remember being stuck on the glove for like 2 days, and we were just doing countdown after countdown, and we had even like people helping out, and it took forever. It just didn't want to drop with, like, I was looking for either crit chance or crit damage specifically, and it just didn't want to give it. Future. Well, I was gonna say as well. You have a red future, so you likely a red FI, so you likely have done that kind. Yeah, that headhunter one is pretty. Also, we need to actually alter that headhunter one. Yeah, we'll do that actually. Yeah, we'll do that at the end here because that was one that I wanted to alter for a little bit, but I just was too lazy for a lot of it. Because that one has changed actually to be with the memento. And I kind of showed it in the build showcase with the hot shots. But still haven't updated its build picture. Also because it has a memento, and mementos just add annoyance to build pictures. She no longer has even an Ridgeway. Let's go. Look at the one in the stash. Actually, let's go into the void with it. So black background, just uniformity. Ridgeway. Memento. I think 3 out of my 4 characters have, even maybe the no, the 4th one doesn't. The other 3 now at this point, just because of that Headhunter tech tank, they have 3 mementos each. One with a crit chance mod, one with a crit damage mod, and one with a headshot. Just because I like having, the mod not go and be outside of it, so I just do it like this, which is a dumb way of doing it. It takes up, 3 items, but I can do it, so fuck it, why not? But 3 out of my 4 characters have that now, because the first one has it, character 1 has it for the Headhunter, Hunter's Fury Headhunter. Character 2 has it now because of the Headhunter tech tanks, and then this character has it because of that third drone Headhunter hybrid. The rest of this is just a TI card custom. That's 1, I'm just gonna overwrite that other one as well. So on to 12 OD tech tank. Memento and Scorpio. Nothing else here. I kind of like this thing as well for the same reasons for this season. This can be the OD and then also be the tech tank. Does lack a lot of damage though in comparison to Heartbreaker or Striker. They just hurt so much harder on the enemy. The rest of this is fine. This one's pretty recent anyway. Striker tech tank. Oreo Memento.
Firearms training is now available at the shooting range.
And as we discussed this afternoon as well, the way to actually say it is Ouroboros. Anything other than that is just, you know, you're short selling it. As I could totally say it like Ouroboros. I'm going to use my Ouroboros. But yeah, that doesn't sell it well. You just have to go fully, you know, embrace it and just go, I am going to use my Ouroboros. And then, you know, you get a 10% damage buff. That's how that works. Rock and roll actually as well, TDI card custom as well. Should I actually gone and gotten from a different one. There we go, and there we go. This back over to 314. We'll go to the end of this, and then yeah, we'll do that one build real quickly. Let me catch up to some of this. Oh, 3.0. Wait, what? It was it? I totally could see myself. Yeah. Say that. Oh yeah, it's Trudro. Oh yeah, close enough, right? It's well, no, it's Trudro. Yeah, it's the Trudro. Truly droll. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Yeah. The small things like that, always I have a, you know, it just slips through the cracks. Yeah, so we have all these improvised pieces. Let's get all of those. Yeah, I don't get your supposed to clean your house? I mean, someone's supposed to. Just go back with safeguard. I mean, no. It works pretty well if you try it out. Safeguard is actually a pretty good choice there. But I have the other version as well. Because, so for instance, in the recommended list, that one isn't shown like that. Or like the Redify isn't like that. But is, because that's actually the recommended way is, or actually 5. 5 point something, this. Which is, yeah, the standard one, Coyote, Cheska for Elmo, Grupo for Oreo. But Safeguard BTSU gives you so much more effective healing. So, for instance, if I were to use it in a 4-man group, I'd much rather have that. The thing is, I end up enjoying healing a little bit more. But for instance, now as well, that backpack is actually vigilance on the character themselves. And I change it to safeguard here and there sometimes, but not often enough anymore. You do give up a lot of damage, but if your primary goal isn't damage anyway, the team is already powerful enough, then sometimes healing can be more useful. Because safeguard by itself is 100, and it's very easy to keep it up. You just heal others, and you just heal yourself with others, basically, because of FI. But generally as well, if I'm having a build multiple times, I'm gonna have like multiple takes on it. And then really the recommended build list is more like the place where I actually go out of my way to like go like, hey, this is the better version because this is the one I recommend you. Because for instance, yeah, that red FI, the Coyote Vigilance version is in there, but the Safeguard BTSU version is also pretty potent. And also both of them are saved with 5 pieces, so I can just choose whichever I want, whichever one I want. I need to hold control when I do that. Just drag them here. That's a copy. But sometimes healing is also important. That can, you know, healing can save lives. Then let's get Oreo, Lefty, entity card. This is also a silly setup, but it works out pretty okay actually in the end. That's just all in on damage, and it does feel it. Although it's still like if you're going all in on damage, more so in a PFE than the striker one, but this one's still like super tanky. But we're breaking the rule, you know. Knowing the rules means also sometimes you know when to break them, and we're breaking the rule of stacking both crit damage and headshot on this. There's a double crit palisade chest with the I mean, yeah, that kind of stuff. Because, for instance, on that build as well, the chest is just chain killer. That is record. For instance, on that build picture, and then actually an Araldi chest now that is record. So that one is a lot more like doable. Although actually, I don't think it's even record because of technician. But yeah, super like that is basically a super unicorn, and yeah, especially if you want it to be red. That's why I've just given up on those kind of things. I take the Palisade on the mask. Although actually on this account I have that exact piece, I think, right? Or was that on another account? I don't know. I have the full red Palisade piece on this one with Obliterate. I end up just not using it much. Because also the build I would just use this on is mostly stuff like Hunter's Fury. And there I'm okay with 1 or 2 blue cores. True flex item. But I mean, I have some even rarer stuffs in there. But what I end up actually running is I have the mask, because that just slots in easier in a lot of builds. Like I do grab this Palisade mask. If there is a coyote already or multiple coyotes, I just slot this in as like a comfort piece. It works out pretty well for that. You just have some extra armor and kill, just healing you up here and there. Yeah, this one's done as well. So 15, which is an old style build that like this thing is just here still for testing purposes. It doesn't even really serve a purpose anymore. Just full regen, just all in on regen. Well, actually, wait, was there a better way of setting this up now? Because how many percent regen is this now? So this is 2.5, 3, but you could have one more. Yeah, actually, I should rework this at some point, right? Because this hasn't been reworked in like forever. Well, actually, if we're going for perfect Hunter Killer, what is it? This is 3.5%. So I should go get the Hunter Killer tag here. Because what could outdo this in a memento setup? Nothing really. Because with 3 Gila this, going for 3.5. Actually, no, that would be just 3.5. It's not even worth it. I would lose the Cheska here. There's much more a thing as well of just trying to use the Hunter Killer for something, but it still doesn't make sense, really. I did use this a lot for, or similar build to this, a lot for call for backups. Because you would usually end up with lower level players and stuff, and then I couldn't do a lot of damage, but I couldn't die either. I would just, you know, just help them out and just be doing about the same damage as them. Let's catch up to this. I think another says what rate of fire and fast hands is better than rock and roll now since perfect extra doesn't work. Perfect extra isn't like broken completely. The reason I still keep the rock and roll, and with a lot of these builds, I actually use it as well. Because yeah, you can't. Well, I wouldn't actually even do that because normal ACS with fast hands, I'm not gonna reload that shotgun. Like once it's empty, I just swap over. I'm not gonna main the shotgun generally. You could go with a lefty to have sledge, a perfect sledge available. You can even put the rate of fire mod in there, which has 5% more rate of fire by that. But also, you shouldn't put you still want detox on the last. You wouldn't want a rate of fire third stat. Like you still want to do damage when. But the lefty, you can reload it before combat. So I generally swap to, or the rock and roll. I generally swap to that weapon, reload it, and then use it. And you can get a lot more stacks out of it. You can consistently get 100 stacks out of it, even at mid-range. That makes the rock and roll still very usable. But not, you have to deal with its issues as well. But I wouldn't go normal ACS. Lefty is so much more useful. Unless it's for something like, for instance, on the Heartbreaker Tech Tank, I use ACS with Flatline or something like that. But there I kind of also main it. That's what most strikers build. You just, you end up not needing it. I mean, if you really want to go for stacking as well, you can go a sub-level ACS, but I disagree with those choices. You generally like want to do the damage anyway. If the thing is big enough that you want to pre-stack for it, the thing is big enough to also just take the hits, and you want to do with the ACS already what, because 5% more isn't, especially with Striker where it isn't 5% more. On the damage end. It is, of course, on the effective stacking end, but not on the damage output end. Just because rate of fire, as everything else, has diminishing returns. The more you stack it, the less functional it becomes. But yeah, you're not dealing with numbers into the hundreds like with weapon damage or stuff. So it still stays pretty effective, but still, you're going into diminishing returns territory. But yeah, rock and roll is still perfectly, like, especially for instance for stuff like incursion. I would actually still go with rock and roll over the others, because you want the 200. If you're stacking to 200, you want the rock and roll. Wait, what has happened here? This build is completely different now or something? Wait, what? So, what happened here? I think I stole the point man off of this one for somewhere else. Yeah, what the hell? Why is this a YAL piece here? I'm so confused by myself. Because also I can't imagine this having gone, or like, it's definitely not these stats. Did I just want to keep this YAL piece or something? And I was like, just fuck it, I'll put it in here. What? I mean, for now, it doesn't really matter, but. So where did this one come from? This came from character 4 at some point. But they wouldn't have a point man in this way. Or I think I took it for this. Oh, okay. Okay, I took it for this one. That makes sense. Back when we made this and I never fixed up the. Okay. Sure. Let's go fix this up as well. Because I have the blueprints now. Although, do I want to optimize? I don't want to per se optimize it. Well, at least put that point man in there. I might double back and try to. I've likely tossed away like a dozen point man over the ages. True flex. Yeah, I mean that's sometimes half of the fun, right? Just having something to farm for. I can agree with that. Usually when I'm happiest is also that, just whenever it's just I can mess about and just have something new to try out. Just try to figure out the better ways. Kind of enjoyed that as well with recently with Svea. Which is perfect. Seem to have strong opinions on a lot of items. But for instance, in that setup, if you're going for Intimidate already, and you're going for Regen as well, which both of those things are true for that build, name me a better piece. And then, because sometimes a bad item in a coherent build, because usually that's what you're going for. You're going for an intent and then the coherency to it. Sometimes, yeah, something like Hunter Killer can make the cut just because perfect, as long as it's not competing against something like Cheska in the cases of you know, in a Hunter's Fury build. When it's in something else, like a regen build, where you're using that regen as well. Suddenly. Yeah, I think the MDR is also one that. Although I think the MDR has like a broken sound, right? Somebody was talking about it, like it has sound but it's broken. I haven't tried the MDR yet. Should maybe try out all of the weapons. Yeah, damn it, we got one that was pretty close, but very expensive, so that works. the game heard me complaining. Because oddly, with that build picture, so I had a, although yeah, it was for that build, I remember. I took the chest from this one to that one, and then just grabbed this one from the stash. I was like, you know what, I'll fix it up later. Never did, apparently. Not that there's a build that is worth having or anything. This is only really a testing build for explosive resistance and hazard protection, kind of like where does and doesn't explosive resistance apply and such. So because sometimes you just need to know. But then likely, I know what, I'm gonna hang on to that piece. It's not the worst piece. It's a piece of Yao. Yeah, let's save this. Gonna update this as the stats because that's the stat most likely to be changed if I'm wanting it for something else. This is bad management, resource management. There's no need for me to optimize these, but fuck it. Who cares? Wait, that's why we make the resources, right? Oh, is it normal for you? Okay. Oh wait, what is this? What is? Oh, the MDR has sound oddly. Okay, no. I read that as it sounds odd. Oh yeah, it could be. MDR was is a special weapon kind of thing. They took it over from thingy. I think explosive resistance caps at 80. It's at 90. Which I actually also forgot, and I first tried to go for 100%, but and then figured out that I couldn't. Because there is actually RNK. Was it RNK? I think it was RNK. You could go RNK and try to get 100. In some setup, I don't remember. Actually, it might have been 2 pieces for RNK, and then you would have 20 from that, or another 10 or something. But then, yeah, 90. As I guess. SPK there says as well. Because yeah, it doesn't show it, the number, but if you go over 90 here, it just stays at 90. So, because it would have been nice if it actually, in the same way that, for instance, protection from leads also doesn't say it right, but yeah, crit chance does. Because crit chance does here cap. It would be nice if they added that to here as well and stuff. Because yeah, protection from elite as well, caps at 80, and then explosives at 90. And actually, yeah, 90 explosive resistance for a bunch of the stuff is actually kind of interesting. It's just there is no place where we're like, you know, if we just could survive these explosions, we could do amazing things. We're already doing all the amazing things. But yeah, let's actually fix up this. we got sidetracked for forever. Just because I was like, where is the chest of this thing? It's not a completely different character. But yeah. So we have this one, Liberty, and that's it. Because this build there isn't really content for this build. You could use it as the main tank on a raid setting, but that regen variant is much more better for that. Like just what people now use for raid tanks is this, and this works, yeah, a lot better because you have 3% regen. You have full hazard protection as well. This one as well has full hazard protection, but other issues. One thing I was thinking about, because although yeah, you wouldn't want the health anyway, you would want the armor. I was thinking 511ing the Uzina pieces here. This is such a meaningless build that I don't care about it. And neither should you. It's still useful though for some testing because you can test what explosions are actually explosions, what aren't, and kind of prove it as well. You know. Yeah, let's go back to that thing, to this build. Let me catch up on some of these. Robotic Division 1, no. That can't be too bad. Let's grab the SR1, and what picture is there? Yeah, the SR1 and the Nemesis for my stash. She might still have it. Yeah.
Please boil your water for at least 1 minute before consumption.
Nice. Someone messed about it with it earlier. I'm gonna drop all the directives, take us to normal. Because yeah, the in-game build and the one on the build collection don't line up anymore. So show that in a second. Already had that with the when we did the build showcase. But here is with a chain killer and Araldi backpack. I've been much more enjoying this version with the Araldi chest and then Memento backpack. Because Memento, of course, really good for third drone builds, third drone hybrids. Oh yeah, I'm like, wait, this is 5 tiers. What's going on now? Of course, I always forget Brazos because yeah, we have 4 from cores, we have 1 from technician, 1 from Brazos. Let's go. Actually, let me look at the builds or the numbers here. We have to do a lot of numbers. That's I might actually take the scalpel off of the build picture so we don't need to do overcharge. Because we need to do SR1 Nemesis. Actually, yeah, let's do that because let's go back here. No, that way. I'm just gonna take the scalpel out of this one for now, at the very least. This also just doesn't work out. It's a general use one. What I'm going to do instead is put these two like this. So actually it picks up its build picture first. So you know what, let's nope. It's control shift. I'm gonna put it actually all the way like to the bottom and then one up because there's a layering system in this drawings thing. So just gonna put the other picture over it, just in case I ever want this one for some reason or want to show the old version of it. Because what I would normally do with these is to maybe do it as an X build, but it's not different enough. Instead, we just plaster this one over the old one and send this one to the bottom and then bring it up twice. It's like one layer above the other. Let's add the memento. Anything else? No. So mostly not much changes. The bigger change is to just we need to get the weapon damages. So I'm gonna go out there and get hopefully quickly 30. Yeah, let's go get this convoy then. We need to get 20 kill confirmed. Make it big for a second. Decent in solo scaling. Yeah, I mean, in solo scaling you can get away with a lot, but also that's still not a bad setup
We need to
anyway.
retrieve the antivirals before Black Tusk can move them somewhere safer.
Inherently.
Head down into the sinkhole and locate the maintenance pump room. We rigged explosives there that should get you inside the perimeter.
Shut up,
once you
Manny.
detonate
I'm
them.
just running past idle. I'm not going in. Is there cover here? Alright. I'm likely gonna spawn from that sewer right next to those. You know, no more scaling. Who needs determined? Body shots. But yeah, we just need 30 quick. Kill confirmed.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Actually, I should do this. Probably won't be fast.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
That's at least a lot of them.
Incoming hostiles detected.
I forgot. It's an elite convoy. Oh, it's a territory that works out as well. Let's make sure we get all the mementos.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Access key detected.
Let's get all of these. I'm even gonna grab the completion here because who cares? Need likely another convoy. That works. Normal, yeah. I'm just getting memento stacks. Because I need the memento stacks for the memento to be full, so we have the damage numbers with the memento full. Because that's how you're mostly gonna run this build, so. I'm like, I go do it on heroic and stuff, just it's so much easier on normal. Run around and quickly get the completion of that.
Hostile control point identified.
She. No, it's gonna be that sewer, right? Like.
Incoming hostiles detected.
The drone, as always, just
Additional hostile contacts.
going out and aggroing his own. Starting his own wars. So actually, as well, we should. Oh, we need to also do the. What? Yeah. There's actually more than that, even that we need to do. Because we need to also get the turret and drone stats, because that's also different with the memento on. So once we have it full, we'll just leave one kind of like in front of us, and then just. Do that.
You're in a world of. You want to.
Yeah, don't want to deal with all of that. Oh, a simpler one. It's assaulting. Remember those assault teams? Just want, like, just a few. Oh well. Look at this thing. It's fine. Kind of depends where they're gonna spawn now. Spawn behind me, they could spawn in front of me.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Yeah, that should definitely be enough. That's actually too much. That's why I was looking for other things that was maybe easier, an easy territory to control somewhere. Of course. Even more joins the fight. Definitely be at 30. And one way you can check actually is if your weapon damage is 30 above your normal one. It's also here as well. We need to actually put our yeah. It's the annoyance with putting a memento in the middle. It adds a bunch of extra steps.
Hostile control point detected.
So I'm gonna take the icon from a full memento like that. So actually that did shift our weapon damages. Let's do the full ones now. For now. Oh, I just want to go into a skill. I don't care which one. Stats, weapon damage. Those actually, yeah, let's just get that one out of here. The marksman will stay the same. That didn't change. We kept the early. These stats will also actually have changed. Should have thought about. Also, actually, the gear talents have changed. You know, we changed more about the build than I thought. Yay. May have underestimated how much we have changed. Also, the brand list actually is also changed. Yes. It's there. It's guys. This. Which I don't think I'm showing this, am I? Nope. Yeah. I'm working on those. Yeah, the brand list, of course, actually changes. Well, I thought of that. Also, like, this is no longer that. Let's pick a memento up in between as we're resetting the timer for 5 minutes. Well, we could do this afterwards as well, but yeah, and then just gonna replace that with a optimized one, or with like the real one, because the other two are actually similar. Okay. So resize these two. Yeah. So now, let me take another one of these memento thingies. Put that here. Put that here. See what the stated ones are. So I'm just gonna take the block as with the stats of this. That's much more what I'm interested in. Oh, memento. Hold on. Here, and we'll put the memento numbers next to that. Okay. Let's grab another one before we.
Hostile control point identified.
Do we need any other stats? No. Let's take this to the range and get the 3-shot with the SR1, the 3-shot with the Nemesis. Yeah, you go behind my head there, and what the turret and the drone hit for. Let's check that there's no DTA on here. So, what did I waste our headhunter stack there? Any damage numbers on, of course. Now, preferably without crits, like those. Game hurt me. Just gonna waste my headhunter there. Go on to the next one. Because we're going to copy those out later. It's going to be the cap, right? Yeah. Okay, and yeah, let's get the turret number. Okay. Let's sit like this then. Like this. Another 26. Something that drops off the screen. Didn't like me. 78. So that's all of the numbers with memento at full. Go away from him. Nobody likes you. Make these up a little bit better and make them a little bit bigger than the other numbers. Okay. So now I'm just gonna remove the memento and put it back, basically. Just to reset my stacks. Let's actually see. Turret should still be the same. Oh no, we've lost 1 skill damage, so that makes sense. Because the backpack used to have skill damage, the vigilance backpack we used to have. But of course, we're still way ahead once we construct that drone. Oh shit, did all the... hopefully not. Okay. Need to scroll up high enough to reach the old numbers, yeah. Or for the marksman rifles, because... change the crop on this one. There we go. Let's line that up. So that's Mementoless with Memento, and then yeah, let's get the marksman rifle numbers. Actually, let's add a cover. So that set of numbers, and then for the Nemesis. So without the chain killer, also we're going from 3 shots to cap to 4 shots to cap. You know, so let's make these a lot bigger. It's skewed as well. Make it skewed. But yeah, these are the old numbers versus the new numbers. And yeah, the old numbers were with Vigilance. Vigilance makes a lot of difference here. Like, especially on the Nemesis, you can see it going like way higher. But the Memento still, like, does okay. So let's move all of this up. Okay. Put both of them behind my head. There we go. So those are over there. And this thing can still, like, it has actually kind of around the same numbers as those tech tanks. 5 million on the first shot, not enough for purple, definitely enough on any in the red, and then 11 on the second, meaning it can start working on elites, and then 20 and 21 million. Now, especially with 21 million, you just deal with names and stuff, of course. Put her back to heroic. Let's because I often forget. Yeah, so this build picture is updated. Is this actually in the recommended list? Under Headhunters maybe or something? I wouldn't mind actually adding the hot shot in this one into here. We'll mull it over because they're not new player friendly. They really require a specific setup. Well, let's see if we want to add them to the. So yeah, with our chores done, it only took 2 hours. That's why I get cleaned up as we picked up some junk accidentally. So one of the things I saw this afternoon as well, there is actually potential for some bounty cheesing, but yeah, it's pistols and rifles, so that would be mostly more for exotic components. But what I was thinking maybe first off to go do another weekly. I don't know if anybody still needs any of their weeklies done. I'm gonna swap characters real quick. But if anybody's interested in that, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just matchmake for him. This is a stronghold, and UA is today's daily as well, so we can line those two up. Might also actually, for this character, quickly go do the control point. That is the start of the manhunt.
Safe area
Because I feel
detected.
most people have done their manhunts. Unless somebody also wants that, but... Because if I... Oh, actually... Oh, wait. Do I have it? Have I done parts of our manhunt already? Okay, I've done the UA already for the map. So, but yeah, that's still fine. It's the last character that would need it anyway, so... Because yeah, we can do the DUA, which is also the stronghold for this DCD bank. Some activities. And also, at least today, it's Cheska rifles negotiated there. Yeah, let's go start with maybe. I'm gonna start with DCD just so matchmaker can fill up. Yeah, sadly, indeed, there is no cross play. Oh, Sean, you have to often. I mean, that's what I'm offering. So feel free to hop in. What we'll do here though is we'll just take 3 directives for this one. Actually, no, we're gonna take all 5. But yeah. I'm gonna go Eclipsing.
Another agent is now in your group.
Because yeah, we should still be fine even with 5, even without special. The only downside is I need to wait for that shield. That's one downside. Yeah. This gal has the most annoying swap over between the two. Well, that's my own fault. I could just go like, you know what? I'll just give her the full eclipse as well, but you know, no duplicates. I've run out of ideas how to make how to make them. Yeah, let's take it to 5 actually, because we'll be fine with 5. And yeah, we'll match me for the other spots. As there's basically an ammo box after every fight. So.
We think Black Tusk may be after the DCD's databases as a
Before
means to
most
exploit
of
the
the fights.
broad-spectrum antivirals they captured. We need to stop them.
Another agent has
Oh,
joined your
sabotage
group.
again. Yeah, as well. I should be polite, and I'm gonna load up the squirt already as well. The squirt came in between there. Oh, no, okay. Decided to not be on fire. He was just like, you know what? I don't like being on fire. I won't be on fire.
An agent is back online.
Just in case you guys want to. I'm in the general voice. That makes communication sometimes easier.
Another agent is now in your group.
Also lets people not have my background noise when they're in my group. I've acquired some more respect for that. Playing with sometimes others with being in their like listening to the scream or to the stream for, you know, explanations and stuff, and there's a delay, and then also you have their sounds. Oh, actually, and yeah. Hey there, both of you. Yeah, hey Sally.
Yes, I often feel like I'm listening to the screams.
It's the cries for help. Yeah, there's no crate there.
Yes, it's the one upstairs.
Yeah.
It's fine. And this makes me more excited because I get more points towards finishing off a specialization.
Gotta get them all. You don't turn
Well,
up.
I was trying to like make some builds on this character, and then I realized that actually I'd never finished off Firewall on it.
Well, good reason to gives you something to do.
Trust me, I don't need anything to do on this game.
Extra gold can be handy. Yeah. First joinee instantly went like, nope, I'm out. Second one sticking around.
I mean, it's a lot of directives for some people.
Although, well, we have the antidote. That's the... Although, yeah, we're not like in
An agent needs
a
assistance.
clan team, so it doesn't instantly stand out that they understand it. I say, ongoing helps, Eclipse emissions. Fire is enough. Might as well get some levels out of it. Yeah. I'm out of apparel caches to grind. I feel empty inside now.
Yeah, finish the apparel caches as well.
Well, I finished them twice. The
Yeah,
barrel,
not quite that bad.
well, yeah.
However, that might be why I feel like I'm getting a lot more max roll mods.
Because you've finished your apparel, what?
Because I've done the entire apparel cache in like a day and a half.
Oh yeah, you just hardcore playing. To get loot, you have to make loot. And while you're making loot, you'll get some XP. Oh, there's some vindictives going on. It's nice. I should pop some of these intermittently. Actually, I was only 4 shells below. So.
That's the invaded version.
Oh, you went for you got debated twice.
Twice, yes. I'm definitely awake, I promise.
Go to sleep then. We'll get more loot in your brain. Double sledge there. Heavy on that side. He's just broken. Although I think I got his chest. Yeah, he was not happy with me. Oh, actually, I'll take that for sharing.
On all overload pieces apart from Fox's bread's utterly useless.
Not particularly. There's actually, and I don't know if you saw the Thunder Tech Tanks that
I've been watching a bit, yeah.
So for that one, you would need either a Zvia, second piece of Zvia, and a second piece of Overload, basically. At the very least. Although, well, for the Ninja Bike variant. So that piece fits in there. The 3-piece bonuses for both Zvia and Overlord is 30 weapon handling. Like 30 weapon handling is enough that you go like, you know what? Yeah. I'll take that.
I mean, I remember running, what was it? Is it the Ved Mystaya or whatever it is? The perfect braced one?
Yeah. But now you have it without being in cover. That makes that one the Ninja Bike variant. Well, the thing is with that Ninja Bike variant, I'm using the 1886. Oh, well, with both of them. The rifle setup, so...
Yeah.
The 1886 sucks, and the reload on the 1886 sucks. But if you have 120% reload, as I have on those, it sucks a lot less. It's like you have fast hands on always. And without needing to be in cover, which also is a thing like this. But so much are actually messing about. Although that's more of a joke, not really worth making. Although I'll likely make the 3-piece Via variant, but I have a 3-piece Via, 3-piece Overlord for 60 weapon handling plus Eagle's Grasp for another 15. Making any rifle just flat. But there's likely there's a better version of just going the 3-piece Via with a Fox's Prayer and then. Hey, actually, I should run the numbers on that because Sean was kind of discussing it. 1-2 there. There is a crate back here, actually. Go too far. Oh, hey.
No, there was 6 printer filament and 1 submachine gun alloy in there.
Yep. I mean, same for me, but yeah. Still loot. I don't say no to loot. Interestingly, even our random came back for it. I'll pop this just in case for medpacks. Yeah. Our ally is likely gonna shoot the chopper, but yeah, if we can leave the chopper for as long as possible, we'll just push up to the end.
Hello, fucker. I'm watching.
Oh wow, still interesting. Okay, kill it now. For those that haven't seen it, this boss spawns when that happens. So instead of letting her get out and run around, we just murder her. Now I'm almost like going like, hey, is that maybe also somebody watching this stream? Wouldn't be the first time, maybe. Because actually once matchmaking starts, people can actually just type /join and then join. Without even being on friends list and stuff. Sometimes that
Another
happens.
black eye for Black Tusk. It's a
I know
good
what
thing they're
that-
cleared out of that compound.
There we go. It's a nice little 13 points towards the proficiency on that firewall.
Alright, just in case, gonna drop it more over here. Just in case either of you wants that chest. Because I can work for that. If you want to make that Headhunter one. Or if you want to make something more silly. With it. Yeah, let's go do bank. Let's see if our random stays with us. If he does. More than welcome to. And hey there, Kabbalah. Let's go with all 5 again. This one's gonna suck for the... Oh no, actually, well, we have the... Yeah, that's fine.
Civilians in
Let's take all
distress.
5. I was gonna say it was gonna suck for the vault area, but now
You're gonna need to get the access codes to the vault to recover the item the hyena stole from Air Force One. Our hyena insider says whoever's posted it in the old CEO's office will have a key card that should give you access to the vault.
We're random with this. Alright, maybe he's indeed not random. There's a heavy. And there is a crate, so I know where Selby's going.
Like a race to get there first between me and you.
Yeah, I usually go and get that also just quickly, just so we're free to run around, because I usually end up upstairs here. Although, of course, I get loot downstairs afterwards. I have to go check, even though this is targeted hotshot, which... Who cares? I mean, I care. Green or blue resources, so... Oh, still all good.
Check for the key
Sledge
card.
on him.
Looks like that key card is the one we were looking for. Wonder what that unlocks. Keep an eye out.
We'll get some toilet loot, which is always the best loot. "99% of my god rolls come from a toilet."
Hostile radio intercepted.
That would be funny if it was true.
Boss wants everyone back at headquarters.
Yeah, we still have this room back there that I was always hoping would be something. Might be something, but it might be nothing. I misjudged the distance there.
I was gonna say that looked like an awfully scuffed first shot.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Made up for it for my second shot. So it's fine.
The vault's just up ahead.
Should get him all.
Authentication successful. Access granted.
We're getting sweet, nice, and dropping a lot of loot,
Hostile radio
which I
intercepted.
can use. Used up a lot of resources.
Division got into the vault.
I got the 450. Nice.
He's tucked away nice and cozy upstairs.
Holy
You
shit.
make the run?
They pulled the president out of the
Oh
wreckage.
yeah, if you wanna.
Agent, you've got a new
You know
assignment.
the quick way
Find
to
out where
the
the president
window?
is being held and get him back. Sync Isaac with a bank security system.
Up to the right.
Yeah, so
Get the
if you
vault.
go on the right side, so like now it doesn't matter. If you go up on the right, you can actually go to the window that like
Yeah,
exits to the
okay.
balcony, because you don't have to open the door then. And then like when you interact with it, the door's open.
Beginning search query.
It saves you
I'll
whole
say that
seconds.
point 2. It's like that little jump that Pomic was doing yesterday.
Oh yeah. Speed run. That's one of those things like it doesn't really matter. You might as well go the faster one, like this if you can. The heavy there.
Got it, you. He's coming right at me.
That was my hype for this part. But I'll be fine. Rather have my charges.
It's a shame that there's no like respawn point just before this, otherwise you would farm it like capital.
It's not a boss fight. As well, this is peanuts of spawns compared to for instance, yeah, capital. Some Historians as well. Yeah, sometimes even on 0 you still get one wave. Likely not here though. So we took a little bit to kill the first one.
Search query finished. Subject located.
It's President Ellis. I'll have a helicopter on standby to extract him.
About lockdown procedure initiated.
That doesn't sound good.
I'm gonna
Isaac,
run that
keep away out of the
100%
vault.
explosive resistance build.
Searching for way out of the vault. 0 matches.
Piece of shit wristwatch. Okay, let me see. If you can punch through the
100%
west wall, there's a
explosives.
maintenance tunnel running alongside your position.
Although technically
Come on,
any
Shopper,
build
the
is
one we got.
100%. You got it down.
Isaac,
That one's
plot a
fake.
path to the president's location.
Highlighting most expedient route.
Son of a bitch, it
I was
actually
gonna
worked.
say,
Thanks,
that
Isaac.
you might not make it with that many armor breaks.
Agent down.
It was just to test that, right? You just wanted to see if you can with the armor breaks. I should grab some med packs. As seeing as we can. And I want grenades. Exactly, you were doing it for science. Because that's one of the reasons also to not run through that actually is with the armor breaks, because you do always armor break if you're like full red. But actually I did a trick there where I used the med pack, so I got the med pack's hazard resistance for a second. And that actually let me get through. There's even an Eclipse will armor break there. As long as it's like full red. Or full, no, not you know what I mean.
Give him an earpiece and get him on comms.
Ooh, 100% hazard protection hotshot. Let's go.
Yeah, so you can sit in the jam and then jam yourself. Yeah.
Heads up, we're inbound to your location. Coming in over the HU. Keep your heads down. We're gonna make a hole.
I'd actually do this one with a grenade. They didn't come out. Let's see.
Scared.
We're a little bit on fire. A little bit, I mean a lot. And now I want to charge up my hive. I'm going to actually use my hive here.
We see you. You're playing
Which
to
one is
attack.
it? It's
Go,
18.
go, go.
That's the max of it. I'm already going to put my hive in the boss room. That's the boss room. So.
Hostile radio intercepted.
Well, that's a
Nobody
load of shit.
interacted with it.
Kill every last one of those fuckers. I want them
You know, for
dead.
those that haven't seen that
Roach,
before, you can
our gear supply will dry the fuck up if word
actually.
gets back to
I'm
the
gonna
rest of the
use
council
more of it.
that we
I'm
lost
gonna
the
actually toss a
president.
grenade.
We'll get
another
it, ma'am.
one.
Fuckers aren't going anywhere but down.
And then once my feet hit the floor here as well, that's when we go. Yeah, the fire didn't last long. I should have it. Just spare it. Great choice. I'm gonna put that there for the boss already. I'm just gonna run into it. So, one last wave. Merciless. It's being a hyena boss. You know what? I'm gonna take that merciless actually. We'll make it into a ruthless and try that with that one build. I want some in my stash, but I might actually want to put that on that build. Merciless feels like the weapon to use on. What's our time there? 11 minutes, not too bad. And yeah, me missing one skill, I can't beat. Got close though. Let's go do DUA as well, which is the weekly and daily And then we have the zones of the daily. Let's finish off the daily first, and then we'll go do the weekly parts as well. This one definitely as well, 5. Just for good luck as well, I'm gonna rub the shaky tree. Still like weird, just tree just. He's so happy that you're here, he just wags its tail. Whenever somebody touches it, it just does the wiggles, and then when nobody does, it just goes completely still. I mean, I think it's just the early warning system kind of thing. Maybe. What was our friend, or was that just lag or something? For a second, oh, okay, it's his fragile armors, okay. It was showing him with like 5 bars. I was like, what? But they were stretched out over his like entire bars.
This is a chance to wipe out the
Yeah, he's actually using like level 1 armor.
Get in there and hunt them down.
Oh, if you have
Every
gray,
last one
it's like one. It's like the 1 bar. Okay. That's how. I always forget. I think I don't remember. It was Scoobs was, or maybe together with somebody else who just. Let's figure out how much it was per bar. It was like 72k or something, I think. Oh no, that doesn't make sense because we have.
I mean, that number's sounding familiar.
Yeah. Well, no, that wouldn't make sense. Like normally, that would mean 10 bars for 720k, which is like ungraded 1 Gaius HD player, because that's 720. Well, 726. Like that. Because you start with 660.
I'm 726, which is 13 bars.
Yeah.
Serious trauma detected.
Maybe it was 66. Maybe it was like 10 bars. No, that doesn't sound right to me. I should ask him again. Yes, that's.
Back away!
Oh, where's the drone
Get
control?
out!
We'll go get the crate. Get targets. Spread burn. The grenades. Wait for the fire to run out and just set them on fire again. They're like happy that it's over, and then like yay, the fire ended, and then a cam lands at their feet. Not again. I like grenades actually. Wait, what happened? It's not everybody on fire though. How dare these people not be on fire?
My gun just didn't want to fire then.
It has some lagginess sometimes. Yes, plenty of people are playing. Because yeah, there's some hate rec for me as well. And hey there, Circus. We'll just go with Circus.
Local power offline.
Oh, there. Creative name there.
Circuit breaker detected.
Oh, but these guys come out a little bit, but I should do one that grenade.
Oreo go burr.
Exactly. There ain't no burr like an Oreo party because an Oreo party never stops. Like I've done this mission too. Guess it's a popular mission today. I mean, it should be. It's a daily. I really wanted a flame grenade for here. Sledge with on this wave. More fluids. These guys. Grab them up there too.
We're set up in the mall. They're not getting through here. Don't die, motherfucker. Not a chance.
Everybody else looted here, I'm guessing then.
I think this is like my 6th time running this mission today.
Yeah, I just did it on different characters. And I did G for it. It should set 9, but change the stat to only 5% instead of a 10. I was good. So I believe it's 90. Oh, is that in reference to? Yeah, the cap is 90. And that is actually known. Just because, for instance, actually, when I made that build, I made the same mistake. I got totally forgotten about it. I tried to go for 100, and then went like, wait, does it just stop at 90? And the answer to that is because it caps at 90. Which was a good reminder. But then upon actually looking at some, for instance, in the Reddit Discord, oh no, in the Discord spreadsheet, in the Discord spreadsheet, it actually says that as well.
Agent down.
Info.
Rogue.
You still there, sweetie?
Ooh.
Hello?
Just rogue.
Fuck. Everybody get yourselves ready. This situation is serious.
Let's get the stuff here. I think it's easiest if I just grab a foam, and then we can just deal with them. I won't have the full foam version, but I'm gonna need.
Spawn in this garage, don't they?
Yeah, they spawn downstairs where, like, normally you wouldn't have no wave here. So
Yeah.
one of the few times that it's actually worse. I need like 10 seconds more so I can swap. But not even until then I can, because it triggers when we go through that door. Yeah. Let's go in. Let's go. Yeah. I can swap in combat, but yeah, we need to not let them.
Hostile bombardier drone detected.
Bombardier.
Hostile incinerator turret detected.
Because I got hit there, seeing as everything
Hostile striker
is
drone detected.
red all of a sudden.
Hostile Mender Seeker mine detected. Vital signs critical.
That one down.
Hostile assault turret detected.
My game bugged and had it to like I was almost holding tab.
It's odd. Map up that guy. I barely have any charges, so yeah, intermittently I'm gonna try to help with that. The one on the left is basically dead.
An agent needs assistance. Serious trauma detected.
Second agent needs assistance.
Agent out of action.
Yeah, that's not gettable. Oh well. Because they were in there.
Vital signs critical.
You might need that yourself.
Agent down. Agent killed.
Do 75. Yeah, and then yeah. So that build, or if it's in reference to the build I was showing earlier. Because yeah, we're just messing about with the build connection. I have one build that has 90 and has 100% Hasbro, and it's way overkill. But that build also really only exists as a pet state. So I use that when I need to, you know. We've used that in a bunch of places because some damage actually isn't explosive when you would think it would be. So when you have 90 of it, it's very obvious that, you know, there's a difference in damage. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I might share that. I think I have enough group of backgrounds. Actually, you guys go over there. I'm gonna go to theater and back to get some flame grenades. Because I'll be stuck on foam for a little bit and I don't want to foam, I want to fire.
You didn't even shoot your box of potatoes.
Yep. Grenades more important. What system do I run? I run on PC. I only have PC. Actually, pull me with the timer. I'm gonna not make it. Actually, that might reset my. Nah, that won't. I like LMG builds, but you don't hear your gun fire right now. Kind of sucks. Yep, agreed. I've been meaning to mess about with a certain setup for rifles as well, but yeah, that rifle. Actually, the 1886 still makes sounds out of the rifles. Yes, of course it does. Like, I mean, not of course it does, but actually, like, I would have noticed if it was missing. There's nothing like. Is it all rifles? No, not particularly, but. Looks like we're gonna get him out.
Diesel, what's going on down there? Diesel, are you dead too, you inbred son of a bitch? Everybody get to the arena, now!
And hopefully it'll get fixed soon. Because rifles as well are affected. Nemesis is also affected, which is kind of annoying.
Airborne toxins
Consider
at
how
unsafe
much
levels.
the reconstructed caches cost from the annexations. It's either 297 or it's 279. I think it's
Air filter function
297.
restored. Air quality acceptable.
Pretty sure it's 297. I always forget what the order is. Yeah, I think it's 297.
Airborne toxins at unsafe levels. Filters failing. Air filter function restored. Air quality acceptable.
Okay, just under 300.
We got devils in our house and they mean to kill us all.
Actually,
Stand and fight.
let's answer those.
You hear me?
Oh yeah, so
Stand and
it's
fight.
297.
Airborne toxins at unsafe levels. Filters failing.
You would think that would fix it up. Yeah. The thing is, it will need a patch because it is like they can't do server-side fix or anything like that. So hopefully Tuesday. I was hoping for maybe them doing an like an emergency patch, like on Thursday or something, but didn't happen. That didn't come to pass. So. There's a heavy in the next one. Some sledges going. Knees. Some loose.
Taking out the hyena leadership leaves the faction in disarray. I'll send teams to start securing the supplies and the equipment those bastards were hoarding. And I'll let Odessa know. The theater settlement will be able to rest.
So there's a bunch
easier
of
now.
other issues as well that they kind of need to get to fast. Let's go get cleaned up before we go to the thing here, the zone here. But actually, let's. Actually, yeah, let me check that backpack. Oh, that's what I meant. Like, there's always a. So I think I have enough group of backpacks. The annoying thing is I have multiple accounts, so what happens is just everything melts together. Yeah, I already have one. Although this one's super expensive if somebody wants it. Although I mean not that expensive, just because it's mostly one staff. What else about it?
Looking for something? Thanks for your business.
I'm gonna keep that merciless. Because it is a detox merciless. So. Might use that for that one character. I'm gonna pop my caches real quick as well, and then I can. Not sure if you guys are okay with it, because this character is like at that point of the manhunt. We just go to the bounty of the manhunt and the
Good to see you.
control point.
I'm gonna have to jump off because I've got work in the morning.
Alright. Yeah, no
But
worries.
I'll be on tomorrow if you're playing anymore.
Oh yeah, I'll be around.
Alright, see you in a bit.
Has left.
So have a good night. So we'll go do the bounty of this one. And then that also leads into a control point afterwards. So we can not sure. Sean is on multiple characters, but yes, he can benefit as well, but I don't think he is. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, indeed, you still get your XP neat. You know what? I'm just gonna go. Actually, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go negotiator. Let's actually see how Sean is set up. He doesn't have Coyote. I'll take Coyote. I haven't messed around with negotiator much nowadays, so might not be a bad idea. Oh yeah, actually I'm gonna start running towards the... Yeah, we'll have to go through territory. I'm gonna replace my hive with something else, because I'm gonna use my pulse a lot.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
And if anybody else wants to join us, I'm not gonna do the entirety of the rest of the manhunt. We'll just go this bounty and then control point, and then we'll see about what we want to do afterwards. Because actually as well, I do have a ton of bounties available, even on this character. We could go bounty cheesing for rifles. And the RPK not having any sound is
Detecting additional
really
hostile
disturbing.
contacts. Immediate medical assistance needed. Access key detected.
A negotiator is a pretty powerful build if you do the thing that it wants you to do. If you have 2 targets up at all times, it is actually pretty competitive. It is obliterate strikers levels.
Target near
As
you.
long as you have like mostly 2 and then sometimes 3. We have that convoy. We should just hit it. Could try to sneak through it and stuff, but ain't nobody got time for that.
Incoming hostiles detected.
You have that pulse first, you said? Okay. So we're gonna spawn with a
Serious
bounty.
trauma detected. Agent down. Detecting
I get
additional hostile
disoriented by
contacts.
something, or that's weird. Maybe it was a grenade that exploded next to me, but these guys wouldn't have disoriented things. Maybe I was standing next to a can or something. That disorients.
Vital signs critical.
Like a fire extinguisher.
Incoming hostiles detected.
And there's a lot of small tricks you can do with Negotiator as well. Because you can mark far away things and then shoot nearby things. Hit a toe and just hit, you know, heavy in the open. For transferring and such. There is actually a whole learning thing with it. You know, I'm gonna set our world to open. Shields are actually one of the nicer ones, because either I can also shoot somebody else and damage the person behind the shield, or I can hit the shield itself and just use that to transfer. Spawning like in the southern street or Paulson sector. No, north. Okay, what it never should do is just be full single target. But the thing is, of course, sometimes there's only one thing left alive and you have no choice.
Serious trauma detected.
Let's go with the full heal here. And there's also the stacking buff from Negotiator that everybody always forgets about. Which gets you, yeah, actually, is it 24 crit damage extra? Which, I mean, isn't a lot, but it's also not nothing. Until you end combat, basically.
Another agent has joined your group.
I mean... Oh, we were running Summit earlier today with them.
Target spotted, Sheriff.
The one competent person in my Summit group this afternoon. Otherwise with a bunch of randoms. Although one, in their defense, like one of them was one like level 38 or something when he joined.
You got the target. Nice.
Oh, so.
Looks like you earned yourself another bounty.
Let's go get the
Well
territory
done.
control of this, or yeah, the thing up there, and then we'll see what one there. Well, actually, we have the weekly one still to go. There's a crate back here indeed. Let's go get that. What's this got on resources? Just food there. Let's go capture that control point. Yes, the first is Heartbreaker Contractors plus 3 line. Wait, oh, 2 Heartbreaker. Ninja Heartbreaker Contractors. For LMGs? Because generally, yeah, using Heartbreaker, even on a Ninja bike version, you're better off with other stats. What's that? We have 2 minutes. As he get running, I'm going. Well, let's. I'll let you guys figure that out for a second. And especially on a full build, you're trying to use 2 Heartbreakers. I'm not gonna say literally everything is better than that because RNK and stuff exist. But you're giving up 2 stats that would be more than the loss of that 1 bonus. So you could just have, even if you have 3, for instance, yeah, you have 3-piece, even if you want to go for it, 3-piece Lingmo, Contractors, you could go Fox, even if you're not using that bonus, that third stat or the detox stat is much more than any of the others. But you still also have Cheska and Grupo and stuff like that. Which increase numbers a lot more. Unless that was for Pestilence, because for Pestilence a case could be made, but also not really. Because you still want the Pestilence to hit hard just by itself, not just the take. Because there's you want to usually go crit chance, crit damage, and you also, that means that, especially if you're running an LMG, you can go third stat crit chance, but that's still, like, Walker and Harris still exist. A lot of other stuff still exists. Palisade for just armor on kill. Usually any 2-piece of a gear set, outside of very specific situations where mostly it's for hazard protection, but you also don't care about the damage of it. Because the second you care about the damage of it, yeah.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Cheska, Grupo, all of those things are pretty powerful and should not be ignored. Or even just Fox's Prayer. If you want even more pieces. Pika Rose. Single targeting there. As I'm talking, not paying attention.
Agent out of function.
No, because crit chance and crit damage are
Needs assistance.
so because of diminishing returns.
Trauma detected.
You stacking up weapon damage as high as possible is inferior to just stacking up more crit chance crit damage. So for instance, in that setup, those two pieces of Heartbreaker, the two of them together, will do less than for your build than just one Fox's Prayer in there. I can say that with pretty confidence. Pretty confident. Like a crit chance plus detox Fox's Prayer, where you're wasting the brand bonus, is gonna do more for your more damage than those two pieces combined. And then you could have another one of those pieces be something, you know, useful, like let's say for armor. Okay, for Pesty, you can go for the highest tick. Like yeah, that's that is a thing. First of all, the Pestilence itself is not a great weapon. It didn't get it did not receive any of the LMG buffs, and because of that, it has really fallen behind. Like,
Vital signs critical.
being way behind the rest. And even then, you want the Pesty to do damage on its tick as well. So actually, if you want to see for a somewhat more optimal setup for a Pesty, I got one in my build collection. There is a somewhat better version than that, but it's just a percentage more, and for that one you would need a Langmo chest piece. That would be full red to recore, but yeah. But that one is, yeah, 3 Langmo contractors, sacrifice plus peyote. That is the highest combined DPS from the damage of the weapon plus having a really high tick. Still, like not the highest tick because yeah, you can go higher, but you give up way more. You know, you're like, I want longer nails, so I'm just gonna cut off my toes. Okay. Shooting on it there.
Serious trauma detected.
I should just go back to Striker.
You're very good at following directions.
Easiness.
Are you ready to go off the path?
I'll hang on to that. Yeah, let's donate here so we have the donations done. Let me catch up as well. Oh, it's based my kill and damage only you do the builds for so. I mean, so if you're
Supply room
competing
access
against, just if you're against, you know, the same people, maybe from your clan or something, or your random matchmaking, yeah, it's not hard to beat some people, especially if you're playing, you know, aggressive, and there's even ways of going more towards being more damage, but actually being less useful to your team. Because yeah, you can, for instance, stack damage on mini tanks and stuff that are already deconstructing, and there are ways to play. But also, the true question is, how do you fare against competent players, and that generally will be, yeah, a little worse. Because especially in group setting as well, you're competing for the marks on enemies. But at least solo, it's mostly your ticks are kind of doing, like, they're free to do all the work you're gonna do. But in group settings, that also kind of falls away a little bit. Yeah, if we're... Yeah, I'm gonna go back to Striker, actually. Trying to multi-mark and stuff. I'll go with just standard AS Striker. Yeah, let's go hit, because we need
An agent is
3
no longer in
in,
your
or
group.
5 in each of these zones. Everything's kind of populated, so we have our pick. Let's start with the White House zone. The White House zone usually spawns the least, so let's go at these 2 publics and then go hit over there, and then we'll see. And go for the classified. Oh, actually, I needed to donate there. I'm gonna go back and donate. With the cars, so the younger rate 3 million. No, I mean with group you have the group buffs in there, but I'm not disputing how hard your tick hits. I'm saying more going for that hard for the tick means that you're hitting less hard on just your shots, and the tick is handy, but it's also doesn't end up being. Because you have to look at it this way. You're on a build that is doing 6-7 million, at the very least, DPS per second. That tick from the ST is not even a status effect. It's 1 tick per second, because the status effects are 2 ticks per second. So even if you're adding 1 million there, especially on your build, if you're dropping more than, you're dropping 2 million-ish, by likely more so, because the sacrifice as well adds into it. Because actually, what is my take? I can go with. Yeah, because I think that my take by base is higher, but likely because of sacrifice. Lesty glass.
Supply room access unlocked.
This is the setup I'm using, and there's actually a better one than this, where you go Lengmo chest, but I'm not gonna farm for that. Because you can go to Lengmo chest plus glass, you need it to be full red, and you can put the Fox's Prayer in there. And this thing takes I don't even know, 1.47 million. Just by itself. Without the group buffs in there yet. And then also, it's personal damage, so the damage that it just does with the weapon and stuff is higher. That's the downside of just 2 Heartbreakers, because you're giving up so much potential for crit chance and crit damage. I'm glad these 2 aren't, like, seeing me.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Oh, shit. Not the skill, I was a decoy for Incursion. This was also an Oreo striker. Also up the pulse instinct.
Vital signs critical.
We aggroed the other thing as well. Yeah. Let's go talk to the hostage.
Can I ever thank you for saving my life?
I'm gonna sub this to pulse. That's where I was.
Hostage health is critical.
Yeah. So generally, it's a because it's okay. I understand. If that's the build, I'm just recommending some improvements, and don't take that to be as like you're doing it wrong. Just I instantly go into like what would be better mode. But also the defense of it works for me because I have purple builds. They're horrendous. Like stat wise, you definitely can't like. But yeah, I can make them work. So I could run them and say it works for me. It's usually a poor defense of something. Because we're gonna make anything work, really. Especially solo scaling can make it a lot easier and stuff.
Immediate
But yeah, if you're up for it, I would say I would recommend that. Yeah, if the build collection is linked in the description as well, and page places. You could have a look at that one. It is 4.08. I can link it as well. And try it out. I think you will find that you do more damage and you'll have better results. It's actually yeah, pestilence sticks will count well in the damage numbers they do show up like that. Negotiator as well shows up like that. A lot of the weirder damage types show up as that those despawned. Let's maybe just go do the bounty here, and then we can go and might as well see as well. Actually, let me link 4.08. But actually, let me do it like this. I'll copy it over from there. And there is one, yeah, I do want to say that with it, there is one better version technically, but that requires that Lengmo chest, which you need to find crit chance, crit damage glass, so you can rip for it. Which I haven't gone for, just because I like the Bestie as well, but not that. I might go for it somewhere later in the season. Also have to stay firing. That's what choosing last time. Oh, what the hell is this new gen as well? I totally. Oh, it's you know, we call those anchor builds. They're the anchor that holds us back. I'm gonna also guess is there grading on there? There better not be grading on there. I'm gonna hope for them it's for proficiency, but even then, like I almost feel like kicking this dude. The thing is, though, if I wanted to kick him, I would just first ask him, "Hey, dude, you got a real build? Because we're not here to carry you."
Agent down.
I'm gonna maybe go tech tank. I'm gonna make some space here, so take the cover. We could use somebody running interference here. Move to the next part. Right. So within the executive, they shoot like 10 shots from the Bestie, and those 10 shots around the right one. Yeah. Well, isn't it 550 for the Bestie? So it's a little less than 10? Oh no, it's 680, or it's... Wait, what is it without... God damn it. I don't remember what it...
A hostile control point detected.
Well, it has to be 550, right? Because it's the... Or is it 600? Does it have a different RPM now? Because... Ready to fire mod? I have strikers on this issue there. Trying to like back calculate minus 15%, but my brain is not doing that. I'm gonna actually, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the save house here and just put on a tech tank.
Agent killed.
Because we have one tanky player, but he's in the back. He's the furthest back, and he should be there as well. 40%. Depends on what the tick is and what your base damage is and stuff, but yeah, 14-ish% sounds about right. The thing you have to remember though is you can technically stack on 2, but that doesn't like. But what actually ends up happening is you have like 2 or 3 quarter stacks and that becomes more like the amounts that you have. What even is there? Because we're getting awfully close to that control point. The smart thing to do is disengage. Not gonna go for that. We did disengage. Ah, sure, well, we're in combat still. But I might have some armor breaks, but no, that's just missing armor. It's not a dumb thing to say, it's just one of those defenses that just, yeah, you should think about it. As best, like, yeah, be told to like,
Hostile blinder firefly detected.
find the better one.
Target neutralized. Good work. You got the target. Nice.
Because that's the same issue of the defense of fun. This build is fun. The only thing that you can say about a build ends up being that it's fun. Yeah. I mean, at the very least, like, you have to be able to vocalize for what. Because fun is fine, but just it's fun isn't the defense of it. Because if it was actually fun, you wouldn't first of all need to defend it, because people would already run it, because it's something that people find fun. If you have to say it's fun, instead of actually, you know, in an obvious sense. Because here's the thing, like, for instance, a purple build, you could say about it, it's fun, but even if you, like, talk about it, the person on the other end will kind of know what the fun you're talking about is. But that's not even the defense I would put forward, because I would say, yeah, it's a challenge to fun, it's a challenge to play, so it's enjoyable for those things.
Cleaning up the streets one bad guy at a time.
And
Nicely
definitely
done,
gonna
Sheriff.
also, that one will also eventually pretty. Well, I've put some notes together several times, but yeah, rambling talk on fun. At some point. We have that one. How many more do we need here? 2 more. And let's go get this one then. Then maybe we go to a different zone or come back up here. Yeah, I'm gonna stuck with it. I do have Pulse as my, like, just from Link Laser, but yeah, I can't give up my Artificer or Shield.
You can offer me everything you've
So
got.
maybe one of the others will do it.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Love how that other guy has more armor than me and he's like way more in the back. I'm just gonna call him out. Let's see. Cause yeah, if you're just doing this and you're just doing it for proficiency, which it likely is, just don't. Not with randoms. Like you do that with your friends and they're okay with it, sure. But not with randoms. Let's go get these two and then these two, and we'll come back to this. Oh, actually, there's a literature. There's a literature. Let's go get that literature. That's what they hate float. I usually call out people when they're obviously like. I'm surprised. Usually people just leave instantly. That's the response they usually have. Like, oh, somebody's talking to me. I'm out. Because the thing is as well in like in Europe settings, it might not be English, might not speak English. But also we might just reform in a second and make it much easier for ourselves, because he's adding to the scaling without a singular little bit of damage.
Incoming hostiles detected.
No shot.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Access key detected.
What is... For instance, there's clan name is Danish XL, so maybe doesn't speak English. But we'll start a vote to kick in a bit, and hopefully our friend joins us in it. That's 5 in this zone. Yeah, let's move on to the other one. I mean, we'll be fine with that. Like he's still adding to the scaling. So you're relative. Another bad. Oh. Gonna guess using some, unless just Sean knows some Danish. But gonna guess he may have some choice words here. I'm gonna mark this just so people see it. Just don't want to open these till people are here. And hey there, Nick. Yep. How dare they? How dare they not speak a common language between them? Ils sont bastards. Which I don't know if bastard is. Ils sont. Trying to think of French swear words, but I'm kind of bringing like a lot of clothes. Okay, there we go. We'll just go Dutch. Just Let's do it like that. Sensation. Ah, okay. Similar enough then, obviously. Because the thing is as well, even with open groups and stuff, that doesn't even mean like, per se
Incoming hostiles detected.
of that language. Don't just say go in the open group.
Access key detected.
It's partially as well, like if he actually would interact, it would be like, hey, if you're looking for something, we might have something for you. If you're looking for builds. Look at the propaganda in the back there. Like, what is this zone? It's rifles. We could actually go do the control points. Let's see. Yellow technology than most discussable. Oh yeah, that is a weird setup. One that I have made in the past, and yeah, this is pretty bad.
An agent has left your group.
Hoping to not be blown up.
Move around the field.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
So, what I should be doing actually as well is just the distance here actually stacking up my. This guy's just sliding. Does your chat? Yeah, you can actually hide chat as well. Just something that I've been like, sometimes maybe I should do that. Let's see. Oh, let's maybe just stick to activities. Let's go get the public there and the propaganda there.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Yeah, it's been interesting for you. So yes, let's see if we see the snitch again, maybe here, doing his snitchy things. I kind of want to see if that animation is like completely broken or if there's, you know. Because last time we saw it, it was horrendous. Yeah. Thinking that everybody's here. Well, if you're trying to get the audio, there's also other options than just matchmaking. Even without, of course, the obvious one is to just really join a clan, you know, have certain peoples there, so you have a consistent group. Even if the clan doesn't like regularly run it, or doesn't run it like, very well, you can still. I'm gonna save that guy's hat. I didn't think about the moment that Sean gets up, actually. Luckily he was smart and Banshee there.
Hostile broadcast detected.
Like, I'm perfectly fine in the middle of all that, but I don't know. It's so much nicer with 3-man scaling. Let's hope we don't get that thing again where there's a person in the way. The case. Yeah. Why not?
Civilians in danger.
Yeah. Okay, so this place is bugging out basically every time. Is it because of the that? Me too, yeah. That didn't fix it either. That sucks. Because I was starting to do that same thing. There we go. Each of us gets on fresh charge again. Oh, it's too far now. Maybe from here? Oh. Oh yeah. Slow ticks. What a dick. Seems to be like reacting to some of this, so just trying to see if I can get in.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Engaging gameplay. On your Acosta as an overcharge. I'll totally get to that. I don't have Acosta here. I should put Acosta in every character, but it's so rare of these kind of stuff. I don't want to. I'd rather have that extra item slot for something else.
I don't want to think what would have happened.
I'll get it down is grab my BTSU and stuff, but also I have to mess about with the build and just, take up the Mento, put that in. What I could have done as well is just put in pieces that have skill damage, although she doesn't have that many. That's at the end of the day, like that. Took a second, but that's also not horrendously bad. Let's go upstairs, get that convoy, and get both at the same time, basically. Yeah. Convoy and the propaganda.
Access denied. Keycard required.
I want my shield back, of course. It should be like 3 characters I have it actually. This is the only character that doesn't have a constant. Partially for the extra grenades as well that you just always get.
There are plenty of hidden pleasures on offer. The hyenas.
Oh yeah, I was saying. So yeah, there's other places as well that you could try, which is for instance, clans, but also there is things like GC Rocks, the second wave. And other places, or for instance as well, this afternoon I saw Otter kind of doing some runs. There's Little Huge as well. That's mostly on PlayStation. What you could do is they have teams that run it and they just carry people. So that's just all they do. These guys should have been spawning, right?
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
How could these guys be? It's a convoy.
Incoming hostiles detected. Hostile control point detected.
Maybe a little bit too much sign in front of. Wait, some of them behind some tall cover. Oh, this is from the propaganda.
Access key detected.
At least I got most of my mementos back right away.
But the hyenas, we tore up the rule book long ago. If you want
I'm gonna kind of hang over here.
Progress halted. Manual override required.
And you could try to reach out to those kind of groups. You, for instance, especially if you're on PC, on Discord, if you search Division 2 in the community search thingy, yeah, a bunch of them exist of different clans and stuff. So. And also, if you already kind of know it as well, or
Manual override required.
you are competent at the very least. You can also just LFG on some of the Discords. So instead of just matchmaking, you LFG, because then as well, you can kind of coordinate beforehand what people do, and you might have someone in the team that kind of knows how to do it as well. Generally, there's also like, there's like two people or three people that already want to do it, and then they are just looking for a fourth. So that's 4 out of 5. What's the easiest for 5 out of 5? That one. Let's go from the classify. Actually, ability to great skill is pretty good. Anyway, I played build how you get to. Yeah, but the thing is, effectively, the trying to Troop Radius buff is just pretty low compared to FI, compared to ongoing. I wish it was higher. As a concept, I kind of like it, but yeah, as in its execution, because
Now they're screwed.
I used to have a full one, just short drone. Oh yeah, you did a bunch of legendaries with it, and it wasn't horrendous. Like back in the day when, you know, you did legendaries with short drone builds.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Oh, it is. That was the other way. Exactly. So, we said that as well. Because also there's a bunch of people that stream Division that do kind of that. So for instance, Otter, depending on what they're doing that day or what team they have together for that day, they'll be doing, you know, raids or incursions or stuff like that. And then they basically have just a waiting list. You can just sign up. Just sign up during the stream and just get it whenever, you know, they're ready. They'll call you in. Let's go get this territory control and then just go around this area. There's 5 in that area. That might also be it for me once we get those things. Plasma cooling. Oh, nice. And especially, for instance, I always bring up GC Rocks ones first, because that one does, I know for a fact they do it for all three systems. So PC, PlayStation, and Xbox Dev Teams. So it, is the incursion that harder? No. The thing that you want, though, is communication can help a lot, especially, you can do it definitely without communication, but it's not, yeah, that can cause more issues than it's worth. So usually you just want at least a little bit of communication, at least a leader that kind of calls out stuff. That can help, but especially with matchmaking, yeah, you don't know what you're getting. You know, there's people that just, like our friend earlier, that just had, you know, a completely, like, for even heroic, his build could not ever kill anything, really. And also it was all blue, so maybe if you even, like, it could have even been useful if you had put on a bulwark or something and just stood in front of the enemies or something, you know, just be interference, but it was also the furthest back. It wasn't even that. It's not unnecessary, you know, I'm just gonna kill as many times because that would be behind me. I'll kill everybody else in the meantime. And also fixed up my broken armor. And so it's one of those things, you know, it's like raids, or even, you know, once you know tombs, once you know DARPA, stuff like that. The first time through is still kind of, you know, it can go wrong, because if you're not expecting those drones will murder you. If you don't expecting, so if you're not expecting the boss fight to be just snipers plus mortar, and then also you need to deal with waves, you're gonna wipe a few times. Stuff like that. But yeah, you do need good damage as well. For the more damage you have, it's very different if you're running it with, you know, 3 strikers that have, if the 3 players that have the 3 damage dealers, especially on right and lovebirds, if they have Oreos, it's basically a cakewalk. If all 3 don't have Oreos, it's already a lot harder. So having a group where, you know, because they're not going to give you the healing roll, because that's somewhat complicated. Usually they give you a damage dealer roll, but at least there is likely 2 other Oreos if they're carrying you. So we should aggro the public over actually. I'm just gonna, I was hoping my shots were good too. I might actually just do some of this, just so we get the bounty. But yeah, watch out for the wave behind us.
Progress halted. Manual override required.
So as we oftentimes joke about the incursion, it's totally soloable. Totally. You could be the 4th person that has done it. If you want. So far, only, at least as far as I know, only 3 people have done it. So. I only actually remember one of their names, so I don't remember who the other 2 are.
Access key detected.
Okay. Suddenly, even more loot was there.
Progress resumed.
No, I forgot this. So all of the stats, which those all include, so DTA, rate of fire, DTOC, DTH, DTA, all of those are additive to themselves and multiplicative to other things. So that's the reason why a lot of people call them multiplicative. But generally in video games, when we're talking about multiplicative, we're talking about multiplicative to itself. So generally, I wouldn't call them multiplicative. They are all additive because they're additive to themselves. But for instance, if you're running strikers and you don't have a Fox's Prayer, or in here I don't have Fox's Prayer, there's only one source of detox. So it is at its full strength. What's this one? It's Cheska. Let's maybe just hit this control point. Or here. Okay. They'll give us steam. I'm gonna just go through here.
The situation was designed to hard reset the world and force us to be more sustainable. And once we ran out of canned beans, we had to learn how to grow and preserve that shit. Hopefully we got enough in storage to get us through winter.
Overthinking this? Oh, it's there. I was like, where is this one? No, there is one.
Gonna need a med
That's what he said. Alright. Push across here. Oh, I might do that now. Grabbing these. I was afraid of. God. Let's be brave. Let's see this side anyway.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Sandwich him up. But yeah, in my book, DTA, DTOG, all of those are, if you're going to call them additive or multiplicative, I would call them additive. Because they're additive to themselves and are multiplicative. Because all of the things are multiplicative to each other. So that is like inherent almost.
Reinforcements en route.
There are like, I can think of like maybe one instance in one game.
Detected.
Which is an Eve, that there is a multiplicative or additive to itself, and then or multiplicative to itself and an additive to others. But generally, what we use as a term is just separate multipliers. That's the term I use for it. They are separate pools, so they are. All of the parts of that are additive to that pool, and then it multiplies against the rest. What was the video of doing it in matching with no? Well, and you can definitely do it without communication. Like that's not the issue. It's just if you're doing it without communication, everybody needs to know what they need to do. Because if you have those moments where like 3 people are trying to go for a valve, and they hit, you know, and nobody's dealing with ads and stuff, you're creating issues. So you have to have it kind of magically go right. And yeah, you got matchmaking get through. Like actually, a lot of people
Heavily armored hostile
do
detected.
that just because they enjoy it. In the same way that a lot of people just matchmake for legendary and get through, and they carry the team as. And sometimes as well, just matchmaking for legendary, because I used to do it in the past as well. You know, sometimes you get shitty teams, sometimes you just blow through it. Like everybody's on point, and just the communication really lets you just push through it. Although as well, with your matchmaking, like there is in-game comms, so sometimes people just use that. It's just when you're matchmaking, you're not sure what you're getting. If, you know, if Incursion isn't a place where generally if 2 people are kind of geared and 2 people aren't, you keep, yeah, it's gonna be hell.
Supply room access unlocked.
How the hell is that? Yeah, I'm just saying that. You know, you have those countdown runs which everything goes smooth, and sometimes you have. Wait, I triple level up there? Okay. Why? Control points plus project plus a lot of kills or something.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
I'm gonna close up the group unless that. I was gonna say it's likely already closed up because we would have had another person, especially on the weekends. Go get cleaned up. That's gonna be it for me. I gotta get the project complete, and I could use some sleep. Turns out, we'll do an early one today. So we've been doing late ones the whole week. So. And then for series uploaders, which is for transit. Yeah, that kind of can like go like that. But it's also just matchmake doesn't mean that the team doesn't know. You can matchmake into a 3-man team that already like knows everything and then just needs that. They were like, let's get a fort, whoever it is, we'll just take them. Yeah, you have those moments. Let me see if I need this one. I might share it. I don't think I need that one actually. Not on this account.
An agent is no longer in your group.
I already have multiple. I don't know if you want this one, Sean. Mark 17 of decent caliber. So that's just of a optimization.
Check something out?
Right. Let's pop all our caches, 19 of them. Found a sleeping line. Yeah. Did I say Eve? Maybe in a past life I was a Minmatar, and you know, we're taking it against the vicious Amari, and yeah. Maybe. I've played Eve quite a bit in the past as a filthy casual mostly. I was in a big corp at some point, but then at some other point I wasn't, and that other point was much more than the first point.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Glad you got it.
Thanks for the business.
And yeah, thanks, Sean, indeed, for tagging about and tagging along. Hope you had some fun. As yeah, I'm gonna clean up the last parts here and then see if I have anything of worth. I might actually keep that M1A CQB, because I might make it an M1A CQB and Merciless for that one build. So I'm also going to keep this AK. I was looking actually for one of those AK. I might actually grab that for that one character that is running the... Because that one has 2 cool skins. Actually even more than 2 cool skins, I think, right now. Which is the military AKM. Because the other one doesn't.
Are no longer in a group.
Oh no, that's the AKM, right? Just the AKM that has the light skin there. Oh well, let's dive into that. I'm gonna jump off the Discord here as well as Sean's again. Yeah, thanks Sean for tagging along. hey, they're back. They were away for weeks. Our cheap viewers that are on triple stars. Well, let's give that person a hand. I mean a ban. Super pilot. Oh, nice. From all the way back, and then yeah, I played it for quite a while, but back in the day, tried going back to it a few times, but it is one of those games that you just have to spend years on if you really want to in some way get back in it. Like by the time I get caught up all the way into that game, they would have added another four patches. No, like 5 years ago, I've played it. Yeah, that game has been out for quite a while. 2003, right? Came out in the same year as well. I'm gonna go find somebody to raid. As I see Toasty poking in. Hey, the Toasty. Yeah, I beat you to it. It's first person there gets to ban him. I was the first person. Yeah, we're gonna just send everybody over to Little Huge. They're likely raiding on PC, as yeah, for instance, for one of the peoples that does help others with raiding and such is, for instance, Little Huge. Sundays are usually on PC as well, so I'm gonna send everybody over there and have fun. I'll be around tomorrow, definitely in the evening, of course, but likely not in the afternoon. And in the evening, I might do it off stream. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, I'm gonna put together the video for my thoughts on the seasonal characters, which yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different than most people's. So, or most creators I've seen so far. I've actually went around and watched a few people's videos on it, and it gave me a headache. With you know, there's a point where you go like, wait, am I dumb or are they dumb? And I would love to say that I'm dumb, but I in the end, I think I might not be dumb. We'll see, though, what people think and what people say about that. I'm going to send everybody over to, Lil Huge, who's huging it up. In dark hours in between boss number 1 and boss number 2. So we'll go join them. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, likely only in the evening, or I might do like 2 hours or 3 hours in the afternoon, if I can make the time, but that's not a promise. So enjoy, and as always, have a good night.